Hey guys, time for a blink and you'll miss it video recipe. I wanted to share this recipe with you because I know that we're getting into winter season here, and that's when a lot of colds and flus and all sorts of stuff comes up, and this is a really good recipe for those days when your throat is so sore, or you're having dental work done and you need something gentle on your mouth. This is another good recipe. Now what I'm gonna make is egg drop soup. This is how I make a egg drop soup. The difference between mine and what you get at, say, a restaurant is going to be the thickness. I don't make mine thick. I don't know. That soup just really makes me feel uncomfortable because it is so thick and jelly. So is a really simple recipe. All I use is bone broth and eggs. That's it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how I make this. All right, so here's my pan. This back here is my bone broth. I made this yesterday and I strained it this morning, so that's why it's in this pan. I will transfer it to jars later today and put it in the freezer for me. Because I always like to have bone broth on hand for anything, any recipes that I might need chicken broth, or just if I'm not feeling good that day or I want a little extra fat. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my front burner on high, and I'm going to put in a couple of cups of the bone broth. And I usually use, I'm going to do just do a little bit more. I usually use a smaller pan for this, but because the handle came off of it, my smaller pan, I no longer have it. So I need to get a new smaller pan, and I just haven't. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the broth to a boil. That's going to be the biggest part and the most time-intensive part of this recipe. So we're going to go ahead and let it do that, and while we're waiting, I'm going to take an egg and we're just going to scramble it up real quick. And it's just really simple. I don't ever use the right things. I don't have a million little tiny bowls to do this in. I just use some Tupperware and I just whisk it around. You could, if you wanted to, add a little bit of water to this, but I never do for this recipe. I've been making this recipe for years and years and years. I have shown one of my older friends that I've known for quite a while how to make this recipe, and she says she makes it all the time. Now, some things that I am going to do to this, because it does have the good bone broth flavor to it, but if you're going to be sick or you're trying to get your electrolytes up, or you're trying to just, feel better, I'm going to go ahead and put some salt in here, and I'm going to actually grab a good half teaspoon of that at least, because bone broth is really good for raising electrolytes, and you're going to need that if you're not feeling good. So we definitely want to make sure that we get some salt in there. Some other things that you could add in would be oregano, rosemary, bay. Any of those are going to work. Those are usually what is in my chicken, so I don't normally add a lot to it, but I'm going to add a little bit of oregano to it today. Another thing that I'm going to add to it, because I've recently heard that cayenne is really good for a lot of health benefits, so I'm just going to add a couple of dashes of cayenne in here, just to give it a little bit more kick and health benefits. And so that's it. We're gonna leave it like that, and we're gonna let it boil. It should be boiling in just a minute. Now, like I said, I've made this like this for years, and it is not thick. It is a broth-like consistency, but it is very easy. This is it. This is as simple as it gets, and it's just about to boil, it looks like. So, this has taken about 5 minutes now, and when you're sick and you just don't want to deal, this is an easy way to do it. I usually have bone broth in my freezer, like I said, in jars, and if it's frozen and I really need some, all I do is I just take the lid off and I throw it in the microwave. and that helps to thaw it out a lot quicker, and that's usually pretty good. Okay, so the most important part of this recipe is make sure that it's boiling, okay? And then the other important part of this recipe is to add the eggs slowly, because the boiling is going to help it to get that egg drop soup consistency that you're looking for. Okay, so now it's boiling. I hope you guys can see this. Let me do it from this side maybe. And I just stir in a little bit and then just stir it around. Just stir in a little bit more. And then stir in the rest. And that is it. It instantly cooks because it is it's boiling water, and so there, you're done. Let me get you my favorite clear cup and I can show you what it looks like. All right, so here's the egg drop soup. Doesn't that look yummy? I can't wait. This is actually going to be my breakfast. It's about noon, but I've been trying to do some prepping so that I could do some prep videos today, and so I'm going to be recording that soon. But I wanted a little bit of something before I start, so I'm going to try it. Oh, with the extra spices, that's really good. I've never done that before, so you got a new recipe from me that I've never tried, and it turned out really good. So again, this is really good if you've got a cold or the flu and you just need something light on your stomach. It'd be good for dental work. I know that one of my Facebook group members requested something that she could use when she has her dental work coming up very soon, and so I wanted to make this recipe for her. And yeah, that's it. It's a simple, quick recipe, and it's a really good one for every day or for whenever. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Go ahead and hit like and comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the recipe, if you tried it, if it worked out for you. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and let me know what else you'd like to see me cook, because I love trying new things. So have a good day, guys, and hope you feel better soon.